We're live. Hello. I'm tweeting at the same time because that's what I do, even though Josh gets mad at me. Hello. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of Who's Your Caddy? I am your host, Kelly Singh. I am without a co-host this evening, and that's okay. Things happen. You know what? Adam at Mr. Hallas, who is my co-host. We've played golf together for the last 2 years in the Team Rise or Fall leagues, and really enjoy him and his commentary. Lucky for me, Adam left his notes so I can pass a few of those on to you, and you can get both Adam's and mine. Can you already tell I have Matt Kuchar on the brain? Goodness gracious. Yeah, Matt Kuchar, definitely going to be talking about him tonight. I cannot help myself, and I am not sorry. So, you know what? Let's just get into it. To start off, I did the math. If you follow me on Twitter, then you saw I took all of my notes. I took every article that I have ever written this year, which is 7, and went ahead and did all of the math. I took every pick, every one from my article. I did not skip. And then if there were ones that I mentioned in the podcast, but they didn't make it into the article, which I post the next day, I went ahead and I noted that in my little spreadsheet too, just to be particularly transparent. I wanted to be as transparent as possible and make sure that I am giving you all the information as it is. When I pulled every pick together, I have given 72 picks. And out of those 72 picks, 56 of them have made the cut, which puts me at 78% picker. Is that the right term? Picker? I guess. There's that. 78%. Out of the 20 percentile, 20, I can't even talk, you guys. 38%, I'd have to go back and look, were picks of those 72 that made it into the top 20. Still very respectable. It is incredibly hard to pick the top 20. And out of some of those weeks, you know what? I think I have it in front of me just for funsies. Some of those weeks, in the top 20, I think my best week, let's see, I had a 4 of 7, where 7 of 7 made the cut, and 4 of those 7 made the top 20. That was my best week. That was week 1, Tournament of Champions. Last week, pretty great as well. 7 of 12 made the top 20. 10 of 12 made the cut. We've had a whole slew in between, but I will tell you what. I've made money every week but one. And that was, I still made money, but I don't want to claim that I made money because I lost more than I made in the end. However, it gives me hope that some of you who are creating your own builds based on my notes are making money every week also. Yeah, so that is the data behind the wildness of this show. Craig, hello. I wanted to really do that for a very long time. I haven't had the confidence to do that in a very long time. And I'm really pleased that I did, because on previous weeks, I was giving you the formula. How do I find my picks? What do I go through? What do I check them against? And I've come up with this 3 to 4 point inspection where basically I come up with my list of picks. I pit them against each other in various situations, I do a model. I do a course fit model. I do a skill set model. I do all kinds of things, putting it up against Team Riser Falls data as well. And when I have this group that shakes out, that's what I run with. And you will find some weeks I've been doing more. Looks like the most I've ever given was 16. I did 15 another week. But I tend to stay under 10. It looks like my most I'm doing 6 or 7. I like to do 2 from each tier. And then we have the WTF pick. And that one's always fun. So yeah, a lot of ums right now. I'm going to go ahead and just dive in. Adam, again, is not here, and that's okay. He picked up the slack for me last week. I'm going to pick it up for him this week. I've got this. We're going to be talking about the Honda Classic, which kicks off on Thursday. It is the first stop in the Florida Swing. Not a lot of people, I shouldn't say that. There are quite a few people who are not fans of the Florida Swing. I will tell you that this particular event and this particular week for the Honda Classic, the field is incredibly interesting, to say the least. It may get a little messy out there. Let's talk about the course. So the course is 7,100 yards, par 70. It is 16th of the narrowest fairways of these courses on tour. So pretty narrow fairways. It's going to require some accuracy. The past 5 winning scores, thank you, Adam, for this data, minus 10, minus 12, minus 6, minus 9, minus 8. So the best is 12 under on this course in the last 5 years. That's going to tell you something. It's going to be tough. The past 5 cut lines, pretty high. +2, +1, +3, +2, +5. So the worst, or I guess the best, the most forgiving cut line was at 5 over par. So shoot a 75 and you too can be on tour. Just kidding. Anyway, there's pretty much water in play on every hole of this course. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. These greens are no longer the POA. They are Bermuda grass. So that is another factor that's going to come into play. Last but not least, wind. We're going to be dealing with some winds. Maybe hopefully only the first afternoon. We'll see. 10 miles per hour. So according to the latest weather. Here are Adam's notes. I hate everything about this tournament. If this is your first time playing golf DFS, don't play this weekend. And I quote, that was from Adam. I am a little more forgiving. Yes, this is going to be challenging for sure, but I've done the research for you. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and we're going to trust the process together. So I'm looking at driving accuracy approach. I'm looking at scrambling out of the sand. There's a lot of sand in play. Looking at performance on Bermuda and a little ball striking involved here. Basically a unicorn. Oh boy. Top picks in the $9,000 to $10,000 plus range, using DK as my baseline. If I have any weird anomalies for FanDuel, I'll let you know. But I'm telling you, it's really interesting trying to build a lineup on either DraftKings or FanDuel. Salaries are a little wild. I feel like we could fall into a trap. Just going to put that out there, and I know I'm not alone. Sung JM, lovingly known as Sung Bae. Sung Bae. We love him because he can be reliable, and he's not that expensive. He's fairly affordable when you're building out your lineups. Not this week. Sung JM is 10.7 this week on DraftKings. That is like Scotty Scheffler territory. I am wondering if this is perceived value, because when you look at the field, he really probably is like logically the best pick. I just can't. I cannot pull the trigger on that. But I do feel okay about these two guys. Put your surprised face on. Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar has been playing very well this year. Out of these 7 weeks, he's missed a cut once. I'm looking back at my notes because I've played him. I've played him pretty much every week. Yeah, Matt Kuchar. He's not only made the top 20, but he's made the top 10 twice. And I'm really excited about that. I think that he's got a great chance at this course. It suits his skill set very well. He's won at this course many moons ago, but it's one that he plays well at. And at 9.3 thousand, I think I can handle that. I feel good about it because the ones who are pricier, I don't feel good about. So I like Matt Kuchar as part of my lineup. I also like Thomas Detry, and surprise, surprise, so does Adam. Adam also picked Thomas Detry as one of his top tier picks. Why? Because he's a bit like Adam Wise, in the sense that Adam Wise is listed as one of the favorites this week. He is ridiculously expensive. In fact, let me tell you, because I have it on my sheet and I am like, wait, what? 9.2 for Adam Wise? I mean, I'm paying 9.3 for Matt Kuchar, so why not? But he is basically like right up there in the odds, and I don't know how I feel about that. So instead of paying 9.2 for Aaron Wise, I'm going to pay $9,000 for Thomas Detry and save a couple dollars, because not only has he been on fire, so has Aaron Wise, to be fair. It just feels like he is a bit more hungry, if that makes sense. He's younger, he's ready. Not only that, this is the big game changer. I'm not just trying to blow smoke. Detry is great out of the sand. Aaron Wise, terrible. Probably the worst in this field out of the sand. Will not touch Aaron Wise this week. Going with Thomas Detry. Matt Kuchar, Thomas Detry. And then Adam's thrown out Chris Kirk. But he does say paying 9.9 for Chris Kirk is disgusting. I agree. I'm staying far away from that. That being said, Kirk does shake out 8th in my personal model. Matt Kuchar 1st, Detry 6th. So he may be onto something there with Kirk. I just don't have the room for the guys that I want to play. Next tier, middle tier. JT Poston, however you want to say it, 8.8 on DraftKings. And Adam also picked JT Poston. I'm just going to say it both ways because it's fun. I like it a lot. Shakes out at 7 in my model. For 8.8, I think it's a good value for us. Ranking 5th in sand saves in the field here, which is great. Doing a lot of other really great things when I'm looking across. That's why he comes out so good in my model. If we look at what's really important, like we talked about, sand saves, He's right up in there, close to the 60 percentile, which doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, plenty of this field are more like 40 percentile sand saves. So you find somebody who can save from the sand on this course, you're going to want to sign them up. I've also got Sepp Straka, last year's winner, not likely to achieve it a second time, but well acquainted with the course, has a great skill set for it, and is a decent salary at 8.5, coming out in my model in 16th. So there's that. If you want to be a little less expensive, you can go for Aaron Rye, which is not my pick, but is Adam's pick. And, you know, he picked some guys that, well, at least this one. We were on the same page a lot. I am not on the same page with Aaron Rye. I don't see him anywhere in my model. I wish he was here to tell you why he liked Aaron Rye. I'm sure it is an excellent reason. So let me see what we've got here. When I look at, he's got some course history. His recent form, pretty good, not bad. However, I don't care for his approach. I think that's going to come into play. Also, don't care for his sand saving ability. So I don't know about that, Adam. Not on board with Aaron Rye, but love JTP up in there. Sepp Straka. Moving on. Last tier. Again, we both chose one of the same golfers. We do use a lot of the same research models, but as you can see, we differ in some areas. Both of us like Robbie Shelton at 7.8. It's higher on the higher end of these tiers. I like him because he ranks third in my weighted model. Robbie Shelton is one of those names that flies under the radar. He's making the cut this season. I like it a lot. Third in my weighted model. When I stack him against course fit, he's evenly balanced. I like the price. Yeah, I like all of that. Robbie Shelton coming up as quite a value, and 66% sand save. Can't really beat that with a stick. Approach stats all on the up and up. Like me some Robbie Shelton. Who else? Oh, you know what? It wasn't Sepp Straka who won last year, was it? It was Grayson Sigg. Now I have to look it up. Oh my gosh. So embarrassing. Honda Classic. Why do I have to do this on the air? I'm mixing up names like that. Last year. Oh, I was right. Just kidding. It was Sepp Straka. Yay. Do you ever do that second guess when you say something out loud and then you see something and you're like, wait, was that right? Okay. Bottom tier, we talked about Robbie Shelton. Grayson Sigg. I've picked Grayson Sigg a few times and he has not let me down so far in the last 7 weeks. I like him a lot at 7.2. I like him in my model here. Not like way up there in the model, but not way down there either. I've got him at 17th in my model. Yeah, Grayson Sigg, quite a value. Adam's picking Robbie Shelton, I already mentioned, and also Ben Griffin. I like this one too. If I were to pick a third in the bottom tier, I would probably pick Ben Griffin as well. Higher priced on the end, 7.9, so not like as inexpensive as some of these other guys. He ranks 25th in my model. I went back and forth on that one as well. We have our WTF picks. I'm going with, I really practiced this a lot today, Seung-Yeon Kim. Seung-Yeon Kim. I feel good about that. 7.4 on DK, ranks second in sand saves, happens to be great on Bermuda grass. He's a great putter overall, actually. 10th in my model, but I have never built a lineup with him. I built one today. I'm going with it. Adam is picking Eric Van Rooyen, which is also a solid choice, ranking 19th in my model. So yeah, I mean, I like it when I can see anybody that I'm choosing or that Adam's choosing even coming out on the top end of that weighted model, where I'm looking again at approach, putting on Bermuda, accuracy, ball striking. I threw in the sand saves, obviously, and some par 4 average just for good measure. I feel really great about these picks. I'll go through them one more time. My personal picks happen to be Matt Kuchar, surprise, surprise, Thomas Detry, mid-tier, JT Poston, Sepp Straka, and then we're going down to the bottom tier, Robbie Shelton, Grayson Sigg, and just for fun, I feel great about this one, actually. Seung-Young Kim. What do you think? Be sure to tweet at me at Kelly in Phoenix. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your builds look like. I actually will share my build with you right now if you want. If you happen to play in the Team Riser Fall, what do you call it? Contest. Just differentiate by one at least, please, so we don't tie. It's kind of hard to split like $3.76. Detry, Seung-Young Kim, Matt Kuchar, Robbie Shelton, Grayson Sigg, Sepp Straka. I'm going with it. I like it. Remaining salary of $800. Props, I am going with Matt Kuchar to win it all. Why not? Late in life win. I think he could do it. I went ahead and I did a one of those, right? If you get in right now, you can do one of these 3 will win. And the one I went with is Sung J M, Aaron Wise, or Matt Kuchar to win. I don't think Aaron Wise will win. I don't know. I just liked it. But there are several of those on DraftKings if you want to go in and look at the props. I happen to like those where you can, one of these 3 or 2 of these 4 will be in the top 10. I love those kind of props. And then I did a little parlay. I went ahead and was choosing out of the round who would win. I've picked Sepp Straka to beat Aaron Wise and JT Poston, actually. I'm choosing Matt Kuchar to beat Svensson and Sung J M. I'm picking Alex Noren. I do really like this one. I could not fit Alex Noren in my lineup, but I'm picking Alex Noren to beat Ryan Armour and Martin Trainer in the first round. I am picking Ben Griffin to beat Sean O'Hare and Dylan Fratelli. Picking Robbie Shelton to beat Charlie Hoffman and Kramer Hickok. I feel really good about that one. And I'm picking Johnny Vegas to beat Billy Horschel and Camille. I can't even pronounce that last name. So I feel really good about that one. You can put these in a parlay. You can bet them one by one. I hope you had a great, quick time with me this evening. 24 minutes, threw out those picks, gave you some data. If you have questions, please reach out to me. I keep all of my notes and all of my reasoning safe and sound just in case you need more information. Be sure to check in next week. We'll be back here again Tuesday evening with another tournament for you. And yeah, let's go out there and make some money. Thanks for being with me and trusting the process. Someday everyone will catch on, and then hopefully there's still enough money to go around. Maybe I should be the best kept secret. Anyway, I'll see you around on Twitter or here next week. Bye. I'm ending the broadcast. Awkward end. Ready?